Greetings, 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 beloveds. Greetings on this nippy Tuesday, October 29th of 2024. As I sit here by the lake in nature and just basking and allowing nature, the trees, the water, the fishes, the ducks, the geese, turtles, all the different animals in nature to just wash me, shower me with their presence, with their essence. I decided to record because there's something that's been on my heart for a few days, and I need to get it out. So, like I often do, I want to ground myself with 3 deep breaths. I hope you can hear me over the bird. I think it's a crow or raven. I want to ground myself in 3 deep breaths, and if you feel led, you can join me. I'm going to inhale, fill up my abdomen, and then when I exhale, I'm going to exhale with an ah, and it's going to be longer than the inhale to release all. So I'm sitting up straight, and I'm going to inhale. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Once again, greetings, beloveds. I am grateful and honored to be in the presence. And for those of you that will hear this message, I'm grateful for your presence and taking the time out to listen. What I want to talk about today is a broken heart. Yes, a broken heart. I think it was back in 2006, I experienced one of my sisters transition, and she was only 32. And it caught me for surprise. It caught me off guard because I had so many plans. You know, I planned that I was going to return back to my hometown. I had given up my job. I was teaching at the time, and I was going to go back home, and we was going to start ministry together. I was going to help her with ministry and business and all of that. And she transitioned. There was a liver disease that ran in the family, and apparently it had turned for the worse, and she transitioned at the age of 32. And so I didn't know, prior to that, my father transitioned, but we wasn't close, but I was close with my sister. Over the 3 years prior to her passing, we had got real close. And so that it just took me for a loop. It knocked me out. I mean, it knocked me off my feet. Literally, it knocked me off my feet. And I remember going through heart pains in my chest. And I went for EKG, and then they said I needed an echocardiogram. So they referred me to a cardiologist. And when I went, the cardiologist said, I don't know what is it that you're going through, but he showed me and he said, you're this close to a massive heart attack. And I was like, what? And he said, yes. So he was telling me that apparently there is a valve that's not closing. So when the valve is or the chamber, however it is the blood is pumping, is not closing because the the valve is like stretched because of the heart was so enlarged. It's like it stretched the valve or something, so it was not closing properly, so blood was leaking back out. And so I had to go see my cardiologist like every 6 months. And, I got it under control. Now I'm knowing that I spent a lot of time in nature when I moved back home, because I still moved back home, even though my sister had transitioned, because I had given up everything. And so being down there, I was able to go to the beach a lot. I was in nature a lot. And I found myself in a relationship. And so that kind of helped, to heal my heart. But then I undergo another broken heart. And so I knew what it was. So I was like, I don't need to go to the cardiologist. I know what to do, and I could, heal it, repair it on my own, because I've been here before. But for some reason, it was taking longer. And so now I know, because I was trying to heal in the same place where I was wounded. It can happen, but it's very challenging and it takes very long. And so I would advise to anybody that the best thing to do is to leave that environment. Leave from around the people or the person who you had any type of trauma with, to heal. And so I remember last year I had an incident, and it was really bad. And so I traveled, and I heard in my being that, don't worry. Oh, that was a black butterfly. Said, don't worry, we're going to send someone to help you with this. And so I'm thinking like, okay, whatever it is that I need help with, whoop-de-doo, this person's going to come in like a knight in shining armor and sweep me off my feet, throw me over their shoulder, and we're going to just skip into the sunset, like those Little House on the Prairie, or those, what people call those fantasy, movies, or whatever they call it. But, every fantasy is a reality anyway. So it turned out to be that, how they talk about like the honeymoon phase. You go through a honeymoon phase, and after the honeymoon, reality sets in. And so I wasn't ready to deal with the reality. I was like, no, I don't want to deal with this. I just want to have fun. I want to travel. Let's dance. Let's just sail the night away. I don't want to have these hard conversations, these discussions. What are you doing? What are you talking about? I don't want to have these conversations. And so I'm resisting. And if you know anything about resisting, when you resist, the knot gets tighter, So anyway, fast forward to today, to now, I'm sitting here. And for the last 3 days, I was just saying to myself, I said, you know what? I don't think I'm ready for a relationship right now. I don't think so. I think I just need to chill myself and just, just be with me. But as I'm sitting out here in nature, I just love nature, because for some reason they sent me out here today and they say, go be in nature. And so I got my answer. They said, when we ask for something, we need to be aware, and we need to be certain of what we're asking for. Don't just ask vaguely, And so they're saying, it's not that you don't want a relationship ever again. It's just that you don't want the relationships that you've been having, because you already know what that's about and what comes with that. So you don't want that. So what do you want? And sometimes we have this list about, we want a 6'2", 6'1", 6 feet, 175 pounds. We want him handsome. We want him bow-legged. We want all of this stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm done with the list, because let nature, let God, let the universe, let the Most High choose. My ancestors, spirit guides, whoever chooses, let them choose, because I think you guys know more than I know. And you, when I let that happen, it works out fine, And so I was here and I said, I am no longer going to compromise and sacrifice me for nobody. I'm not doing that no more. I did that almost half of my life. And so it's like, the scribe, like how the scribe does, will just take over my hand and start writing. And they say, well, this is what you want. You want a life partner who is compatible on the same life mission and soul purpose as you. You will no longer compromise and sacrifice yourself. And so you're looking for a perfect alignment, a partnership that fits and feels just right. And they said, so for right now, you're working and you're working on repairing and restoring your heart, so that when that person shows up, you're whole and healthy and healed. And so you can give of yourself. Give of yourself. A person that is whole, that is healed, that is healthy, that's restored. And they just said, just know that unconditional divine love is around the corner. It's around the corner. It's always out there, because the highest form of energy, vibration, frequency is unconditional divine love. And what comes with that too is transparency. Transparency. OMG. Can we just have some freaking transparency? People, we should be mature enough, grown enough, that if you show up and you got issues, skeletons in your closet, and you talking about this person is your life partner, you want them to be a life partner, and you're afraid to share your dark secrets, oh my goodness, there's so many fish just coming up because they're agreeing with me. Like, how could you not want to share these traumas that you've been through? Don't you know that when you attach yourself to someone, that eventually those traumas, those hidden dark secrets, whatever it is that you want to call it, is going to come up? It's going to come up. And especially when you're dealing with a woman, a feminine or a masculine, that's highly sensitive, highly intuitive, they are going to know about it. I'm here yelling in nature because I'm just like freaking done with the foolishness. You're living in shame, you're living in guilt, and you're the more you hide is the more it's being revealed. Like, come on now. Like, honestly. And it hit me because, I have a friend of mine, and this man has been so transparent. And he shared with me, which I had already knew because Spirit revealed it to me, that he had some type of sexual molestation when he was younger. And he shared some intimate, stuff with me. And I was just like blown away, like, oh my God, like, why would he do that? But I realized because he is to that mature stage that is like, listen, I want to heal from this. I don't want this to hinder me or to be like a memory in my being, that's going to prevent me from having the life that I want. It's not going to stop me anymore. I'm not going to lay in shame and in guilt like I'm a victim, And so I did some healing work and stuff that I do, modalities. And I mean, I've seen that man's life transform. I've seen him go out and live a life that is fearless, unstoppable, with no shame, no guilt. He doesn't care who's watching him. He was like, God is telling me to do this. The Holy Spirit is telling me to do this. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how I look to nobody. And I was like, that is freaking sexy. That is a turn on for me, at least. I'm like, oh my God, living free, being free spirited and sovereign, because that's how we came here to this earth until we ate of the delusion. You know what I'm saying? So now we're delusional in the illusion because we listen to what everybody says. So we put on fig leaves because they say, oh, you're naked. Who the heck told you that you were naked? You came here whole, complete, full of everything that you need in this world, in this earth. But we gave it away, our pearls and our diamonds and our jewels, to take scrap, to take the fiat money, to take the, what they call it, the land of fairy tales, or the land of dreams, or the land of whatever they call it. I don't even know. The big house, the picket fence, the expensive cars, the name brand clothes and shoes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying, keep your jewels, which is the prize, which is the valuables, which is your morals, your honesty, your self-respect and self-dignity, your love, self-care. Because once you keep that for yourself, you will have that for everybody that comes into your presence. I am just like so freaking done with the whole, evil and devils and demons and goblins and boohoo, whatever it is that's going on in this world. It's Halloween. I don't know, maybe this is why I'm just like expressing it. But it's like, really? What is up with the fear? And if these things do exist, and you know who you are based on whose you are, what can it do to you? What can mere men do to me? What, spirits and evils and all of that, what can it do to me? What's the worst thing? Take me out? I wish you would. I wish you would. Because then I will be freer than free. And trust you me, you will see me. You may not see me, but you know that I'm there. Because once I don't have this flesh, this case, to keep me in bondage, there is no limit to what I can do and what I will do. So I wish you would. Like, it's time out for the foolishness. It's really time out. Really time out. My friends, the geese, the ducks, I come here, I feed them. They come around me. They're just sailing, so beautiful. Nature is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Look at this. Nature is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Nature is so beautiful. I was trying to see if I could, reverse the camera so I could show you nature. But I got the camera on this side, so I turned it around. But nature is so beautiful. Nature is so beautiful. So, so, so beautiful. So beautiful. But I'm just out here in nature. Just full joy in the scenery, the energy. And so I just have to look at them and see how they just swim. And it's just like, that's how we're supposed to be. Water off a duck's back. And those fish are jumping. I'm telling you, they're feeling my energy. So I'm just going to breathe and calm down and bask in the calmness and the peace and the serenity of nature. And just calm myself down because, I got a little heated for a moment because I'm just like, what is going on? But anyway, I realized that, we haven't gotten the sledgehammer to our heads yet, We will first get it in a whisper and a little tap on the shoulder. They might pull your sleeve a little bit, even give you a little push. You might fall, getting a little fender bender. And it's like, are you hearing? Hello, we're knocking, we're knocking. And then, eventually here comes the sledgehammer to the head. Boom, and then maybe that's when we wake up, some of us. But, the lessons come for us to learn. And when we don't learn, we just keep having the same lessons over and over. And trust you me, it gets harder. You don't take the same test twice. It's like if you've been to school, you would know the teacher will give you a test, you will fail it, and they say, okay, well, here's an open book. Have you ever had an open book test? Oh, it's more harder than a regular test. So I would suggest that you study for the test so you don't have to get the test again because it's not the same questions. And then, as a matter of fact, the test the second time around, they give you questions where they try to, trip you up and confuse you. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to jump in to share that, beloveds. Again, just it's time out, for the foolishness. Like, no more lessons. That's what I told them. I said, please, no more lessons. No more lessons. No more lessons. I'm ready to sail away. Sail away like these geese, how they just sailing. Just sail. I'm ready to sail away. Like, I have remembered my wings. I am no longer attempting to end suffering for myself or for anybody or for this world. I remember my wings, so I know that I could take flight and go relax sometimes and then come back. Like today, I was like, listen, I'm taking flight. I'm going out in nature. I'm going to relax. I'm just going to bask in nature. You know, I'm going to pick up on all the bills and the phone calls and all of that later, but I'm learning to listen to my body, listen to me. And so when we don't do that, that's when all of the, you know, diseases and mental issues and all of that sets in, because we're denying our God-given right, which is freedom, peace, love, and joy. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. But anyway, beloveds, I didn't want this to be so long. So I'm just going to say peace out. And before I leave, I'm just going to settle in the way that I started. So I'm just going to calm myself down. And so if you feel so led to join me, we're going to take 3 deep breaths to close it out. So let's go. Let's inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Ashe, 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 oh beloveds. Peace and love, peace and love.